Hi, Stitchy friends. It's Kara, one of the Granite State Stitchers, both here on FlossTube and on Instagram. And welcome. If you are new to my channel and just came across this video, I hope you like what you see and stick around. And if you are returning, welcome back. So today is Friday, September 1st, and I just wanted to do a quick FlossTube extra. Well, I shouldn't say quick because I don't know how quick it will be, but just for Sampler September to show you what I'm going to be working on, which samplers I chose, and we'll see how far I get with that. But anyway, to start off this morning, I was actually working on a SAL that the New Hampshire stitcher, Lauren, is doing today. And she, just basically put it out there challenging people to get out your largest pattern, whether it's kitted up, something you've been meaning to start, something in your whip, whatever is large to you, and just put a few stitches into it. So I got out And a Forest Grew, Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluber. So if you've been following me, you know that this was my birthday start last month in August. And this is where I am. I only had the round leaf bobs. I don't know, that's what I call them. This morning I stitched all the branches and the trunk of the tree. So again, this pattern is going to take me forever to do, but this is this tree right up here in the corner. But hey, any progress is good progress, right? So this is being stitched on 36 count Edinburgh linen antique white, and I am using all 103 of the DMC called for colors. So we'll put this away for now. This will be brought back out again on September 4th. I think every month I'm going to bring it out on its anniversary on the 4th of each month. So that way at least I'm getting some work into it, because that's going to take a long time to stitch. But I absolutely love it. I love Karen Kluber. I love Rosewood Manor. So I am looking forward to stitching that. Okay, so for Sampler September, I wanted to do this last year and just never got around to it. So this year I said, yes, I am going to participate in Sampler September. So just full disclosure, in my prior stitchy life, I was not a big sampler person. I would stitch samplers for people as gifts, but I wasn't really into samplers for myself. To me, it was like, well, how many times can you stitch an alphabet or a number series? So I never really got into samplers too much. But as time has evolved, I have found that I really like the looks of samplers. I have still yet to stitch one. Well, I have one in process, which I'll be showing you. But I mean, the samplers themselves have changed. It's not just stitching an alphabet with the numbers. A lot of these sampler patterns now that are out today are absolutely beautiful. And they have different motifs and different themes, and some of them that are stitched in the silks, the colors are absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I think too, where samplers are concerned, I am probably more educated about them and can appreciate the work that has gone into them when you see some of these antique samplers that are out there. If you haven't caught the series about the Bristol samplers. Definitely find that on YouTube and check it out. The work, I have a new appreciation for samplers now that are stitched by these children, especially the ones, in the Bristol orphanages. Just an amazing story and what this gentleman did to help, those orphans. So, I think that along with my taste having evolved, my whole concept and perception about samplers has also evolved and changed. So, um, I still am leery about the Adam and Eve samplers. Some of those Adam and Eve figures creep me out. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of creepy. And some of those trees, some of the apple trees are kind of creepy too. It's funny, I have started since I was doing Sampler September and I've decided that I do like samplers. I have been rewatching all the videos by Brenda and Laura, Brenda and the Serial Starter. If you are not subscribed to their channel, you definitely need to hop on over and get subscribed and watch them. They are fantastic. And if there is someone who can wear the label of Sampler Queen, it is Brenda. So please go check out their videos. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Brenda's house, she does a couple videos where she actually gives tours of her house. And I mean, from ceiling to floor, her walls are just covered with samplers. She's been stitching for over 30 years. So just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Do yourself a favor and go find them. So anyway, I've been rewatching their videos, and I was watching a video last night where even Laura was talking about a pattern that she liked the house and the pattern, and she liked some of the other, design elements in the pattern. But she even made a comment. She goes, "Oh yeah, no, those Adam and Eve figures are creepy. They're weird." So at least I'm not the only one that thinks that. And she did make a comment about one of the trees too. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So this first sampler, that I'm going to work on, this is my oldest. If you've caught any of my prior videos, this is my next to oldest whip, 1995. Okay. So I was thinking about this last night. That's 27 years this poor thing has been scroll frame. Um, So this is definitely going to get some love. So, all right, so let me tell you what I'm doing for Sampler September. I decided that I'm going to work on 10 samplers. Okay, so I went through my stash, got all kitted up, 10 samplers, and I figure that I will work on each sampler for 3 days. That way it gets them started. I can get, some good stitching in there, hopefully quality stitching. But anyway, it'll at least get started on these, and then I will have them in my whips to work on whenever I want to. So the first one, like I said, this is from 1995. This pattern is from Ginger and Spice, and it's called the New England Sampler. And this is all New England. This was supposed to originally have been a gift for a coworker, but again, I'm going to keep it. I have no idea where this person is now. And this, I just love this. Everything on the sampler is New England. You have the Minutemen, you have the Pilgrims, you have a lobster, a whale, a lighthouse, a farm scene, the mountains, the ocean, clipper ship. Everything on here is New England. Love it. So I'm going to finish this up someday and keep it for myself. But so here is the progress that I had on this. I'm peering through the fabric at you. Okay, so It's the bottom half of the sampler. Now, last night when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, wow, I don't even know if I have the top half done. If I started in the top left-hand corner, is that what's all up here under this scroll frame? But it's not. So it's only half done. I was hoping that the top half was done. But the only thing that is going to be a problem with this is, I don't know if you can see it, but there are age spots on here. Now, there is a border down underneath here. Let me put this down. Ouch, I'm getting caught on it. Stay. There is a border down here, which I'm hoping will cover up some of that. But if not, I don't know what to do. I might try taking some oxy cleaner and maybe some hydrogen peroxide on a Q-tip and try dabbing it. This is old Ada, so I don't think it's color fast because the Ada in the olden days from the 80s and 90s wasn't. I mean, I can try washing it in Dawn with some vinegar to prevent running, but I don't know if I want to take that chance. So we'll see. We'll see what does get caught, what does get covered up when I stitch that border, and take it from there, I guess. So this is going to be, I'm going to come home from work tonight, and I'm going to pull this out. I don't even know where all the flosses are for this. It's probably in that big bag of floss over there. So this is going to get some work starting tonight. Okay, next. That's sampler number 1. Sampler number 2, and these are in no particular order, no particular stitching order. I have loved this one since the moment I laid eyes on it. And how could you not? Absolutely gorgeous. So I should have had these out of the plastic. Blue Flower, Huckleberry Farm. I love so many things on this. You have the mountain with the moose right there, okay? Typical Maine, New Hampshire. You have this gorgeous farmhouse, the bear with the honey. You get the big butterfly or moth. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a moth. You know, and then the beautiful flower pattern around it. You have the animals down here. I absolutely love, love, love this sampler. It caught my eye the very first time I saw it. I believe I saw this on Sherry Colorado Cross Stitches website, or YouTube, I should say. And oh, it's just stunning, stunning, absolutely stunning. So this, I'm going to do this on 36 count. I just got fabric for this. Just came in. Oh, let's see. Picture this plush shale, 32 count. And I think that this is the call for. It's like a brownish purplish color. And let's see. Sorry, unorganized here. 36 count shale, but I got the 32 count. So the 36 count looked a little bit more purpley to me on 123 Stitches website, and it did say it had a lot of purple modeling, so I just went with the 32. That'll be fine. Okay, so that's the first one. Number 2 or number 3. Okay, so this one I got back in January because everyone was doing the Stitch Along for Martha Evans. And this was a tribute to Brenda from Brenda and the Serial Starter. So I'm sure everyone has seen this, but here it is, Martha Evans. And again, I really, really like all the different motifs and animals on this. So I am doing this on, I don't think the called for fabric is 40 count Hemingway. And I am actually going to use, oh, it is a 40 count. It's 40 count winter white. Oh, okay. But anyway, I got this at the Silver Needle. That's probably when I was down in Tulsa. And I am using, I'm using all the called for DMC on this. I did not do the silks on Martha Evans. I think originally I was planning to, but I think I decided to do silks on a different one and just got the DMC for this one. Okay. Then, so that's number 3, right? Number 4 is part of the Loose Feathers series by Blackbird Designs. And we are going to be doing Agnes Platt's Strawberry Sampler. Okay, so it's this one right down here. You really can't see it too well because it's really faded. But that's the one I'm going to be doing. In fact, I have a picture. I photocopy my patterns because I go through with red ink to highlight what I've done. But here's another picture of it right here. Depending on, I might use a darker color depending on how this shows up on my fabric, because I know that you try to make it true to form for the reproductions, but I do want that to be able to show up. And I believe the called for this is, let's see, it's 30 count vintage gray by R&R. And let me see what I decided on. I pulled, other than ordering that shale fabric for Huckleberry Farm, everything else I just pulled from Stash. And I did have 30 count gray in my stash. So that's that. So this one I'll be excited to start. And this is being stitched with the Gentle Art, the called for Gentle Arts. I did not do the DMC conversion on this. Okay, next up. Now this is a designer that I saw on Carol, the Salt Box Stitchers FlossTube, because she has a lot of samplers that she did back in the 80s and 90s. And this was the company that she had used, and it's Margaret and Margaret. And I went online and I found their website, and they still sell these. Well, obviously, since I purchased one, but this is called their season samplers and timepieces. So the one that I am going to stitch is this one right in the middle here. These are both the same, but they're done on different fabrics and different counts. And let me see if I have. Okay, hold on. glasses. And the saying on here is, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So who does a song with that? Is that the Mamas and Papas? They sing that to every season, turn. Yeah, there's a song out for that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be stitching, and that's going to be on 28 count vintage country mocha. This is what I pulled for that. And this is going to be done with the called for DMC colors. And there aren't very many for this pattern. Okay, so that's number 5. Next. Okay, so number 6 is another Blackbird design. Maria Selby Humphrey, 1831. Sorry for the glare. There's a lot in this book. And here's the sampler. The drum's nice too. And this is, so I'm doing this with the Gentle Arts floss, and I guess I haven't made up my mind yet which fabric I'm using on this because I have 2 in here. I have 32 count French country mocha, which is nice. And then I have a 36 count antique ivory Edinburgh linen. And that's nice too. This is a little bit lighter than this. It's more of a beigey color. So I'm probably going to do a floss toss and see which one I prefer. So those are both in there. Oh, my little zipper pull just pulled off. Darn it. Okay, that's number 6. Number 7, and this is a cute little sampler. In fact, Liz from Antique Needleworkers did this for her granddaughter, and I'm going to do this for my granddaughter. And it's called My Little Sampler by Running with Needles and Thread, right? Oh, Running with Needles and Scissors. Sorry. Okay. And that's this one. And it's just so darling. It's so tiny. It's only, I think, 5.5 by 5.5. And it comes with it came with the Gloriana silks. So again, it's not a very big floss pack. So such a cute little pattern. And I'm going to stitch this on 28 count bone Jobelin. And I chose this because it has a rose tint to it, like a very pale pinkish tint to it. And I think that that will go nicely with the pink and the maroon colors in this pattern. So that's going to be really cute. So that's number 7. And number 8. Okay, so speaking of the Antique needleworkers. I need to ask Sherry and Liz, um, what happened to the salve that was going to happen with this Lebanon house sampler? I remember when this was all the hubbub for keepsakes back in the spring, and I pre-ordered my pattern so I would be sure to have it when it finally got published. This is again by Rosewood Manor, and it was specially designed for keepsakes. There's the keepsake house with their little cat sitting there on the step. And there was supposed to be a sal going for this. And Sherry and Liz mentioned it on their channel, but I don't recall ever seeing anything about the sal. So I had the pattern, I had ordered it, gotten it all kitted up. Now, when I was putting the kit together, the stuff together for this is stitched on straw linen, and that was the call for color. And I thought that the straw looked too yellowy, but then when I was pulling the floss and saw the color of the house, because I had actually pulled a beige, I was going to do it on beige. And then when I saw the color of the house, it was like, no, that's not going to show up very well on the beige background. So I did change my mind and go with the straw linen. I pulled, what count is this? 30 count. 30 count. So that's what I'll be using on that. And the floss is Weeks Dye Works. So I ordered all the called for Weeks Dye Works floss. So that is number 8. My stack is going to fall over there. Number 9. This is a kit that I have had for quite a while. This was in my stash from my prior life. And I'm just trying to find a date on this, but I don't think I see one. Nope, I don't. But this has to be from the 80s or 90s. Anyway, so this one came with the threads, and I'm not sure what these are. They're not DMC. Hold on, glasses. Oh, JP Coats embroidery floss. So JP Coats. So anyway, I think that this pattern, wherever I bought this, Rose Tree Lane, I don't even know what that is, but I just love this pattern. I love it. I think it is just very simplistic, and I think it's going to look wonderful. And then last but not least, this was another stitch along that I was going to do. I think this was last fall. I saw this on Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher. She did this. And this is a Hands Across the Sea sampler, Margaret Beatty. And yes, I do have the original pattern. But as I told you, I photocopy my patterns so that I can scribble on them as I'm writing, as I'm working on them. So this is being stitched on, let me see what the called for is. I didn't copy that page. Oh, well. So this is being stitched on, I'm going to stitch it on 30 count light khaki linen from Weeks Dye Works. So it's just a nice little, like, I would call this pale yellow. I know it's not probably coming out, showing up as that, but, and I thought I had ordered silks for this, but I'm looking in here and I'm seeing DMC. I think I was originally going to order silks and then probably changed my mind because I spent a fortune ordering silks for my herb garden, which was one of my arbitrary August starts. Okay, so that's all 10. And like I said, my plan is to work on each pattern for 3 days. And that, because it's 30 days in September, so that works out perfectly. And we'll see where we are at the end of the month if I succeeded. So that's it for today. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick intro to Sampler September, and we'll get started on these, and I'll be back with a regular video probably next Sunday, maybe the Sunday after. Oh, so anyway, I did want to ask you guys, what does September mean to you? It has been very cool here in New Hampshire, I would say for the past, at least 4 days. It's supposed to be in the 80s this weekend, but I love September. I love summer. Don't get me wrong, summer's my favorite season, or maybe spring is. But anyway, I love spring, I love summer, I love fall because number one, September, we have all the fairs up here in New Hampshire. The Deerfield Fair is going on this weekend. Oh, no, maybe it's the Hopkinton Fair. We have so many fairs, I get them mixed up. But anyway, fall is fair season, so I love it. I love going to all the fairs. And we have the Greek festival going on in town. The Greek church in town does their festival, their Greek fest from September 1st to the 4th. So that's always fun to go to. Experience a different culture. They have marvelous food. They sell their crafts. They have dancing. It's just a fun time, fun atmosphere. Next weekend, we have Apple Harvest Day here in town, and we have a parade, and local farmers will set up tables. Like we have this huge farmers market downtown, and you can go down and just buy all fresh produce and other things that they make, like, I don't know, maple sugar candy or maple syrup, whatever is their brand. So that's always fun. And just, the season in general, September, it's not too cold, it's not blistering hot. So tell me what activities your town does. for September to celebrate the onset of fall. Um, I'm still up against the September 15th tax deadline, so I'm still, busting my butt trying to get those tax returns done. And then after that, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say then after that, I can relax a little, but then I have the October 15th tax deadline right around the corner, and my son's wedding is October 14th. So, and I'm in charge of the music for the wedding, and I can't locate one of the songs they want. And so I am actually hand transcribing the music out for that for piano and guitar. So that's also taken up some time, but it'll be good. It'll all be good. So anyway, that's it for today. Again, I hope that you have plans for Sampler September if you like to stitch samplers, and we'll check back with you to see how you're making out with those. But in the meantime, happy stitching. See ya.